It's a bill that's failed in the Kansas House 3 years in a row. Now entering its 4th year, it seeks to make ordained ministers or clergy mandatory reporters of child abuse. Sophia Jernander breaks down the measure after speaking with advocates and lawmakers.
For the past 3 years, a bill that would make clergy mandatory reporters of child abuse has struggled to pass the Kansas House. And with that bill now entering its 4th year, advocates say they're getting frustrated.
The House Judiciary Committee hearing testimony on this bill earlier today. One of the speakers, Jo Chiray, who suffered sexual abuse at the hands of her grandfather. She went to her priest for help, but nothing happened. Now she wants to change that and is encouraging lawmakers to pass this bill. One point of contention, clergy are worried this could threaten the safety of private confession. But legislators have written an exception into the bill that protects private confession.
As a Catholic, a cradle Catholic, former cradle Catholic, I somewhat appreciate that the Catholic Church wants to keep this in there.
I don't know why anybody would not jump on board with this. This is really about protecting our children.
Now that the House Judiciary Committee has heard testimony on this bill, the next step for them will be to hold a markup session to refine the bill before deciding whether to send it to the House floor for a vote. At the State House, Sophia Jernander, 12 News.
Kansas is currently one of just 10 states where clergy are not mandated to report child abuse.